The old ways cannot be sought. They do the seeking. There are not many who know the old ways. The new ways cornered the old over the course of centuries. The peat moss still knows them. The kiewit birds still know them. The heifers, the stallions, the hares know them. The canals, ditches, even the aquifers are fed by them. The old ways make the pastures lush and spread their spores via the winds of the Wadden Sea. The people here coexist with the old ways in a manner totally unbeknownst to them. They are not taught. They are not written. There is no rite, no temple, no priesthood, no holy spot left, at least as there used to be. The old ways look extinct, but they are as alive as ever. They were not burned at the stake into oblivion. They were only purged of impurity. They do not live in the huts of medicine men or preach of Valhalla. No. They linger in the chlorophyll, methane, manure, and more than in anything else, in the fog. The spread of Christianity made its way throughout, but it was not language that stopped the Calvinist revolt at the borders of Friesland. It was not the stubbornness of these people or their hatred of Dutch influence that separated the Reformation within from the Reformation without. Menno Simons, the founder of the Mennonites, not even he knew why the old ways were ought to be sprung from personal choice and blossom pacifism. It was something in the chalices that are canals, and the incense of smoking peat and cow dung that protected the old ways, forging an equilibrium where the old ways could persist without bloodshed, acts of parliament, proselytization, and ideologue. How do I know? That knowledge is in the fog. Yes, even to this day, the day of electromagnetism, of hive mind and devices, the fog masks the old ones with their old ways. I'm not talking about Dungeons and Dragons-inspired seekers of alternative magics. In fact, I'm not talking about anyone who seeks and finds the old ways. I found the old ways, in a manner of speaking, but I was not looking. Normally, the dark and stormy night, with its full moons, misty air, owl hoots, and scurrying creatures, is the setting of such revelations as the one I had. There is a reason that the Frisians warn about the fog. It is not only because cows wake up at 4 a.m., who do you presume wakes a lazy leather-wrapped meatbag from its slumber, that the farmers slumber early. They sleep so they do not see what I see, and the old ones hum a lullaby for them out of respect from the fog. I will tell you how I came to know the old ways, since you cannot force the old ways yourself. You cannot seek and find. You cannot knock on any door to be opened to you. You cannot ask and be given the old ways. The old ones are not like that. You are found. You get sought. They say, Het overkomt je. It happens to you. It overcomes you. I did not listen to my gut. I shrugged the feeling off. Since I'm not a farmer but a writer, my schedule is not defined by the land, the movement of celestial bodies or such. So, to clear my mind, I took a walk in the night. I prefer it so. It's always quiet. Things are still. I decided to walk more towards the fields than towards the village, by the old windmill that still stands as a public antique. It's darker, more silent down that way. Unlike me, it sleeps there. Especially by October, the days begin to shorten exponentially. The days grow colder, the nights even more, and the fog comes alive. Through that moonlit fog, I could make out the silhouette of a windmill muffled by the pillow of the mist. I wanted to see it in such a setting, enlightened by the gibbous moon up close. Breaking from the road, I stepped into a pasture with an open gate, startled and a bit terrified by the violent call of a libidinous bull in the nearby barn. 3 times the beast bellowed from deep within its bovine soul, where rage, lust, powerlessness, and domination churned. The thoughts, what a horrid sound. He must be absolutely overcome. What makes him so loud? Happened upon me as I kept a steady pace toward the mill. As I drew closer, I heard the nervous exile of a pair of ducks. They were not running from me. A pike was on the prowl. The mill's silhouette grew larger. This is really magnificent, I began to think. The night's atmosphere, creepy yet peaceful, peculiar and familiar, mystical and plain. The bull's agony sounded again. Bringing myself across the footbridge upon the base of the windmill, I paced to the right where it was moonlit. I turned toward the moon to take in the fog-smothered panorama. Moonlit illuminated it all and nothing else. The fog hoarded all of it. I wanted it for myself. I walked forward toward the field, having grown oblivious to the mill behind me. Invigorated, the reeds moved out of my way, and a pike pulled at the hem of my pants leg, tearing it by shreds. I bellowed with the bull in a bar song, drunk and lusted in the all-encompassing fog. I collapsed, enraptured, prone on a bed of insect-lively peat moss, howling, feasting, and spewing seedlings and spores at will, pollinating the fog with my very soul through the screech and spittle. The tendril roots of grass dug into my manured fingernails, drawing the blood of Christian martyrs for its nourishment. The earth thrived. I thrived. The fog weighed me deeper into the trench, and the night was endless. There is no temple for the old ways. There is no drug for heightened psychic state. There are only the lost recruits. We who call the bull, hide in fog, chase the ducks, and command the ducks. We lie in the peat and open the reeds for you. We keep you awake and bring you to us, the old ones. We are the fog.